What is going on, guys, and welcome to HTML tutorial. In this video we're going to be covering HTML forms and more specifically radio buttons. Now again, the same thing is that like the previous forms, we would have to place them within a form element. So let's say over here I'm just going to write a paragraph, and the paragraph tags, within the paragraph tags I would say, what is your favorite city to visit over here. So now we have a paragraph and that is asking what is your favorite city to visit. And let's say over here we're going to create a input element, but the type should be set equal to value as the radio button over here. And now, just like before, we would have two more attributes. One would be name, and the other one in this case is going to be the value. And let's just create a first option over here, and I'm going to say that this is going to be Chicago over here, and let's just make it a little bit bigger so it works with us. But you can see that again there's two attributes, and we don't need to worry about these attributes right now. We only need to worry about them when we're going to be actually sending information, how to let's say a database or website or email or anywhere we would desire. However, you can see over here there's a name attribute, and name attribute for all the radio buttons we'll be creating should be the same. So I'm going to create a name city, but the value we can set to whatever we would want, but it would make sense if we set it equal to the actual option that we're giving, right? Over here I set to Chicago, so I set the value also to Chicago. And what I'm going to do over here, I'm just going to copy this 2 more times and just start a new line, so it just makes a little bit more sense. And now we have what is your favorite city to visit, and we have 3 Chicagos. But again, the name should be all the same for all of them, so they know. So the browser knows that this is the combination of these radio buttons. So over here, I'm going to set the value to, let's say, Detroit, and I'm going to give it as an option also Detroit. And over here, I'm just going to say it to Portland. So this is going to be Portland, and the option is also going to be Portland. Now, here's the thing though. With the radio buttons, once you select one, there's no way of deselecting. You can only select the another one. That's made by design. If you want something like a checkbox, that you will be able to check it or uncheck it. Basically, that you haven't checked anything. But with the radio buttons, you can only deselect by actually selecting the other option, and that's made by default. So let's say if you would have a yes or no question, then you could choose either yes or no. There would be no other option. Now there's also one more thing that I'm going to show you, and that is actually the attribute that is checked. And what it does is when the actual page is already loaded, it displays that radio button is checked, right? So let's say that we have Portland over here, right? So I'm just going to save this, and I'm just going to refresh this, and you can see that right away as the page is loaded, the Portland is checked. Now I could also just move this attribute, and let's say that I'm just going to cut it, and I'm going to set it equal to Chicago over here. So now the Chicago is checked, and again, once I refresh, you can see that my Chicago radio button is checked. This is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.